back on. But I should wrote. This is why I write this stuff down because it's kind of hard to like freestyle. But okay, so back on the bomb stuff, right? So I can't like I can't back you because the people you got over there. It's not all of them. It's just the older people, man. The ones that been around too long. They do messed up things to people. Then they act like, oh, what did I do? Y'all be doxing over there. Y'all be doxing over there. Y'all alienate her from people that can actually be good allies. That's why. That's why when Bomb be over there fighting, she ain't got nobody that she can tag. See, the people she be fighting, they have teams of people because you wanna know why? Everybody on the team, though there's an accomplishment, right? To keep everybody protected. So, you know, and the first time, the last time I jumped in her beefs and stuff, well, it wasn't even her beefs. It was really that chick's beef. But I felt bad for a bomb, so I jumped into it. But then I felt stupid because, I started getting flat back and behind the scenes and stuff. And people was telling me, you shouldn't do that because they would never do that for you, you know? And then I just started seeing it because, like, bruh, like, it's not bomb. It's that chick, the known assassin, because she's still there, right? She be acting like she all tough and stuff. But when stuff pop off, it's like Mella had to help. Or it be me, occasionally rude. But that chick that be starting all this stuff and keeping the beefs going where Bomb has to fight all them people, she be quiet. She be gone for days, taking vacations. Don't even know what's going on. You know? And that shit messed up, bruh. That shit messed up. You doing, and that's what she do. She hop from group to group, hiding behind, and you be figuring out why am I fighting everybody? Why am I fighting everybody? It's because of her. Yeah, she's a messed up person, and she ain't. Hey, Antonio Keys. She a messed up person, and she blame everybody but herself for the stuff she does. And you be trying to have the chicks back and stuff like you be trying to have all the chicks backs and stuff, but then you just start realizing they a lot of these women they're not friends to nobody. They're not friends to anybody, and that's why the men are having problems because these are not. If you can't be a good friend, you can't be a good girlfriend, and you show for show can't be a good wife because there's certain levels how you be a good friend to be a good girlfriend, be a good girlfriend to be a good wife. It all connects. It's all about building relationship, and if you see someone they were cool with somebody and then they start partying with their ops, that's a sign. See, a lot of girls they like to do that, and when you watch these movies and stuff, they be doing that in the movies too. They'll like, let's say you don't talk to them, then they be on the corner with your ops, and they just tell you everything about them because they was never your friend. Because if you could just switch teams and you could be like cool with somebody's enemy and stuff and get intel on that person that you were friends with just because y'all not talking or y'all not on good terms, you just burn the bridge for no reason. Because why would you be over there sharing information, doxing behind the scene? And that's why a lot of y'all be complaining about relationships. Y'all can't build relationships because y'all not good, trustworthy people. And I think people catch on to that. Because y'all want to know one thing about being loyal. Because being loyal means that even when you fall out, right? Even when you fall out, there's certain things you would not do, right? But as soon as you fall out with these women on the YouTube, they go do everything. They go befriend everybody. They go sit over there, and do the same stuff. And then they wonder, why nobody talks to me in real life? Blah, 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 blah. It's because if you move like that online, you probably will move way worse in real life. Way worse. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Y'all could sit over here and do op behavior and don't see it. And then y'all don't think that's like saying you're a crip, right? But then the Crips don't want to deal with you. They just be like, you know what? We ain't gonna kill you. We ain't gonna jump you. Just go about your way, And then you just start rocking. You start rocking red one day, and you start throwing up bees. Like, who does that? Who does that? A weirdo. That's who does that. Weird people do that. Go to the opposition, and then they befriend them. And then they wonder why the ops did them 10 times worse. They got video of them looking stupid. They've been lining them up. They've been ready to expose phone calls and stuff, and you gotta threaten them and stuff. But it's okay when they was doing it to other people, right? Right? But you don't want. See, I noticed it when it's a topic come out and then people wanna talk about it. No one wanna talk about it. Nobody wanna wake that shit up. Because people, I think both of y'all know what's the truth. You know what's the deal. Because if old girl said it, and then, everybody, it's like a hidden knowledge that that's the way that person feel about the person that she always hiding behind. And she don't ever want to say it, but she feel like you're good enough to hide it behind and be her minion, whatever, right? But if you start disagreeing with her and you start pulling away, then you a bad person. That's how a lot of these people feel. Like a lot of women on the YouTube, they feel like you're good enough to be a shield, a number, somebody that I can use to go handle my business, right? But if you start seeing them for what they are, right? Because another girl tried to do the same thing, right? She's doing the same thing. See, I would go. She would hit me up. Oh, this person being mean to me, da 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 da. And then I brought a real life friend that I knew in real life. She did the same thing to that nigga. And I'm like, oh no, ain't no way, bro. You just showed your hand, and that's how they move, like. And that makes me question all the talking points because I'm starting to think about it, right? These are the same women that be crying about protection, no one look out for them, they always get hurt and stuff, and they can't call nobody. And I'm just like, I'm starting to think, why should anybody put their neck out on the line for y'all women and y'all show time after time that y'all will betray people, there's nothing you won't do under the sun. And I think that's why the men, they caught on to that and they started mind their business. Like, if you get beat up in the street, you just get beat up in the street. If you get robbed, you get robbed. We gonna call the ambulance. We gonna call the cops after it. But why jump in front of it and she might turn against you and start whipping on your head with the person you thought was an op? Cause that's what they do. See, you'll start defending these women, and then a week later, you see them team up with the same person that now you got beef over. You got beef with that person because you done open up your big ass mouth to defend that person, right? And she cool with them. She dead ass dapping it up and stuff. Person that disrespected the whole time, disrespected their family, and she cool with them, dapping them up and stuff, saying, oh, that, just a week ago, oh, that's the worst person ever, right? But now they're cool. See, that's why people mind their business. And my advice for the women that or people that get into the sector, if you see people tagging on a woman or you see them tagging on an old lady, sometimes you just gotta mind your business. Because, I came in a space and I got unnecessary beef because I jump into their beefs and I ain't know these people. See, I'm just going off what I see in real life, right? In real life, nobody want to see an old lady getting jumped on, right? Nobody want to see an old lady get cussed out. That's just disturbing. Like, why are you cussing out an old lady? That, like, But you get to know them, bro. You be like, bruh, I need to go apologize to old dude because he was completely right. Hello, Mister. He was completely right because the way, hey, Sister George, you know what I'm talking about. The way they do people, it just make you understand the man's side. And I used to be hard for the women, right? But I can't do it no more because the women are more grimier than the men. That's what I'm starting to realize. Cause at least with the men, they don't take it personal. See, the women, they'll take it personal. They dox your whole life over you not agreeing with them. That's what they do. They take it personal, and then they wonder why people don't fuck with them. Like, you gotta realize, right? If you burn bridges online and in real life and you can't maintain anything, people go and ask your old neighborhood about you, right? And they can't say not one good thing about you, bruh. I'm just saying, you gotta start questioning some of these people, man. And then you just like, I think we all done fell for it. Like, you'll be believing these women are innocent because they talk innocently. They talk nice at first. It's like with oh boy, like, I'm just saying his name, Rue. You know what you're getting. He a wolf, okay? He tell you right out. He on demon time, right? But with the rest of them women, like the variables and stuff, they try to pretend like they're your friend. Oh yes, I'm your friend. It's kind of like in Red Riding Hood, right? The wolf was pretending to be the granny, right? You think this a old innocent lady, but this a whole wolf. Man, you gotta be careful. I rather It's like with white people. I rather racist white people that are out loud than the ones that are silently racist. Can I like see you be out loud with your racism? Cause I need to know where we stand. But that's how I feel about the YouTube thing. See, I'm starting to notice the women, they be marking themselves as BWE, but they are not black woman empowerment. Because how can you be black woman empowerment and y'all be doxing black women, y'all be exposing black women, y'all be behind the scenes with the men doing dirt, doing dirt with the men. It's not even the manosphere that's destroying black women. It's other black women. It's other black women. So I'm starting to see the safest the safest way to be in this space is pick me, because the women, they just gonna attack you and they're gonna try to find a way, but they don't know you personally. That's why they be mad at, like, the Nika Marie, the Sister Goddesses, the Crimson, the Sister George, because they don't know them personally, because those women were already gamed up on women. Like, they already knew, can't trust these women, because they'll be pretending like they nice and stuff, that they fuck with you, they your friend and stuff, and then boom, they behind the scenes, they lining you up, and you wondering, why everywhere I'm going, I'm getting lined up, I'm getting smacked upside the head. It's cause you're homegirls. And man, every single time they just line your ass up. And you know what sad is, right? They were like, oh, like last night, she's like, oh, why your young ass around here with us? Why you around here with us? Well, naturally, younger people like to be around older people. And plus, I can't even relate with my peers anymore, because once I had a kid, that kind of pushed me out of like the early 20s, because most people that are around my age don't even have kids. Most people around my age, they still having fun. They're not trying to build families. They're not trying to figure out life and get their finances right, get married. They're not all about that. They're about having fun. There's early 20s is still like late adolescence, right? So it's kind of like when, okay, so my middle brother, he was the first one out of my immediate family to have a child, right? So we seen a shift, right? As soon as his girlfriend got pregnant, we seen him start hanging out with the aunts and the uncles, right? Because he was trying to feed out the knowledge of how to be a parent, how to move on, with the rest of his life and stuff. Hey, Gabe, A. So he wants to go around the older people, right? Naturally. Oh, so he'll sit at the table with the older people. Hey, by the way, how'd you get your house? Be feeding all that. Oh, how do you start a business? Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? Right? That's what young people want to do. They want to sit around people that's in their 30s and 40s and ask them questions. But the reason why y'all don't like younger people to sit around y'all because y'all have nothing to offer. See, this is what I'm realizing, right? I'm in my mid 20s, right? You're probably in your 50s, going into your 60s, right? But I can't sit at the table and play cards with you and ask you how to get somewhere because I don't think you know how to get there. So I'm sitting over here thinking, right? Because y'all older women, I can sit over here and ask y'all about life and learn things. But I'm not realizing that everybody's at a different at a different stage of life. Can't even pronounce the word right now because I'm so tired. But all everybody's at a different point of their lives, and you may be in your 20s trying to figure out how to get a house where you need to get there to get a mortgage and stuff. But you got people in their 50s and 40s and stuff, they can't even figure out how to get into that mindset where to elevate, right? Hey, Gabe, how to Gabe, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you go around, certain groups of people, you think that you can feed off their wisdom and stuff and ask them some questions. But then you start getting around and you be like, damn, I might as well sit over there and talk to people around my age because this person don't know how to do anything. They don't know, they don't give you no keys on how to get to the next point of adulthood. But yeah, I thought that was it. I thought that was something that you don't have to really explain. See, when you're in your 20s and you start growing your family, a lot of kids in their 20s, they're still they're still behind because they're raised by women and men that are on this line, right? It's even an epidemic going on with the education system because a lot of your kids are behind. But we gotta think about the parents that are raising them. They're behind themselves. They're 50 and 40 years old going through stuff that I went through when I was 19, man. You're still struggling with men. You don't know how to pick a good man, and you're still crying about men in your 50s and 40s. That's embarrassing, man. And at first, you would think, yeah, I thought that shit was satire, but y'all are dead ass serious. Y'all are dead ass serious about your situations and stuff that y'all are going through. Like, y'all are too old to be trying to figure out how to pick a good man. That's so easy. That's some stuff that you learn when you're 18, 19. Like, a good sign of a good man, and when to drop a nigga when he acting fugazi, you know. But they don't know how they're still on level 1, right? And you're like on level 4 as a 25-year-old, and you're talking to people that are level 5s. I mean, not level 5s, level 1s in life, right? Y'all are doing bad in life. Y'all are doing bad in life. Talking about some y'all old, why do you want to sit around? I don't even know why I don't even go over there like that no more because y'all have nothing to offer. And that's what I realized. Like, I'm listening to a bunch of old, dumb people that ain't got nothing to offer. Y'all not in y'all's bag where y'all going on vacation. Y'all not tapping into y'all's pensions, y'all 401ks. Y'all haven't figured that shit out. Y'all not in retirement years. Y'all are still working. You know? Hey, Ray. Y'all still working. And that, I mean, that's cool and well if you want to work on them time, but I need to figure out how to get where I want to. And the sadness is that we're starting to see what is going on in this internet where you got old people that are idiots. It's starting to translate in real life because everything is crashing. Like, the housing is crashing. You got education is crashing. And it's all because of that age group because, bruh, y'all are dumb, man. Y'all are dumb. Y'all can't lead the next group to get to where they need to go, and they can't lead the other group where they need to go. So we all confused. We all have to we have to sit here and you literally have to sit here and probably ask God for the plan because based on these conversations, the grandmas, the grandpas, the aunties, the uncles, they really ain't got nothing. When I was 28 and my wife was 25 when we got married, it was hard finding old people who could give us any type of advice. We just figured it out. Exactly. And they say over here, we're oh, why do you want to sit around us? You're right. You're right. I don't want to sit around y'all. I need to find people that are. We need to find the people that are sitting at the card table, and we're talking about how to figure out how to learn all the stuff that our parents didn't teach us. You know, the sad thing is that my mom is like a teen parent, right? So really, she's really like not like really. I don't see her like she's not. How do I say this without being rude? Like her age kind of shows, okay? Like you could tell she's 17 years older than me, okay? So you know it's kind of like you're kind of like cousins or something or friends and stuff. But you know it's cool though. But she's like way ahead of a lot of y'all too. Even though she's like 17 years older than me, and she really had to relearn and learn it and go through the milestones and get over the humps and stuff. But she's light years ahead of y'all. Trust and believe me, she's way. I used to think my mom was immature, man, but she's way more immature. Way mature than a lot of y'all. And the sad part is that the way y'all talk is starting to affect people because y'all raising y'all kids to be the same way, and then y'all kids they're not gonna figure it out, and then they're gonna realize like life is getting harder, and I think that's why the government is letting inflation happen because they want people to start working together. We need to work together as Americans, and y'all keep separating through all this dumb stuff like religion, sex, race. You know, like, bruh, y'all, like, and this is how I know 'em because like when I be watching Tubi movies and stuff, and I'm like, damn, the actresses, they're not even young women. They're like in their 30s. Like you think like 30-year-old women, they be like, all right, you know, that shit was fun to date when I was like 18 or whatever. But, bro, I'm a grown woman. I got 2 kids. I need to, you know, level up my way of thinking, and I need to level up the way I date, you know? But they still like, it's like my age, they're like teenagers, right? The teenagers, they're like 5-year-olds. The 40-year-olds on here are 5-year-olds too. And they still like, and you can tell by the way they talk about relationships and stuff that they still like date like they're in their 20s and stuff. Like, oh yeah, I need a nigga that, yeah, they get, that's all. They're growing physically, but not mentally. Like, there ain't no way y'all should be talking about dating politics and all that dumb stuff when the world is literally crashing. The housing market is terrible. Like, you got all these, like, I didn't realize, like, cause I was stuck in the pandemic stuff too. So when I joined in the pandemic. I was still in college and I was doing college, but it was through line, so I didn't have the social I didn't have the social thing that I needed to do. Like imagine being social and you're living on campus and you never went back home and stuff, and then get pregnant, and then the pandemic hits and you can't hang out with your old friends and stuff. So you're trying to seek it through online. I think that's how everybody came because like, bruh, how you gonna tell me to stay inside and I can't have nobody to talk to? See, I was talking to everybody. Like, I was on the phone all the time because shit was boring. Shit was boring being inside, right? But I thought the stuff that, like, I thought the people online was cool. But then when you realize they just people that are fucked up, you know? Like, y'all not growing. You can't give your kids nothing to learn. What you give your kids to learn about? Oh, you need to chase a man that do this, da 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 da. Right? You need to. That's why the women they're dumb. They don't know how to chase. They don't know how to choose men, and then you end up with the women that are like Krishan Rock, or women that are like who else is going through it? Women who turn out to be bitter and stuff because they're chasing the men with money. They're not chasing the men that have good qualities that you can raise a family with. Like, nigga is stupid. Like, Blueface is a dumb nigga. Okay, He a dumb nigga. But Krishan Rock is a dumber bitch. Okay, the bitch don't even know how to hold a baby. This shit's sad. Okay, but what are you noticing? What is all behind it? Right? It's these dumbass old people, man. They not even teaching. Um, like when you have a baby, you're supposed to be around the elders, the older women. They teach you how to hold your baby. They teach you how to feed. You know, even when hey the deal, that deal for real. Hey Debo, like when I had my daughter, right? I didn't know how to breastfeed. I didn't even know how. Like I had her early, so I was even lactating. So I had a lactation nurse, right? I tell the story all the time, right? And she was teaching me how to lactate and produce milk for my child because none of the women breastfeed their kids in my family. So I was the first to do it, but it was because my daughter needed that golden milk, right? So I guess the lady, she took a liking to me because I actually was willing to learn and stuff. Like she was actually teaching me how to massage the breast muscles, to use hot towels and stuff to produce the milk and stuff. So we were working as a team, right? And I get discharged from the hospital, and she pulled me over to the nurse section, the nurse desk, and she's like, "What's your address?" I'm like, "What you need my address for?" "Girl, I'm gonna buy this and it's gonna be shipped to your house." Guess what she bought me, bro? She brought me an expensive ass breast pumping machine. And you wanna know why? Hey, Zero. You know why? Because I was willing to listen to the elders, okay? I ain't know shit about dripping milk from my nipples, okay? In fact, I didn't know how to use the machine a little bit. I always say this. I tore my nipple a little bit using the machine, so I would call, bro, I was stressed during that time because I didn't know how to use the machine like that. I was like, it kind of hurts if you put it on the wrong way. You could rip your nipple. So then I would call the hotline. I'm like, what do I do? I can't feed her with a bloody nipple and stuff. That's like put some breast milk on put the breast milk on there. You know. Well, yeah. When I started pumping, I did have a lot, and then I'll bring like I was, cause the mom genes just started kicking in, and I was just like, man, it's just like it's like something natural, cause then you start feeling like your kid ain't eating enough, so then you start producing more and more and more and more and more, right? And then after a while, cause my kid was in the NICU, cause she's premature, they said stop bringing the milk. What are we gonna do with all this milk? In fact, I left some of the milk at the hospital, cause I forgot about it. But yeah, you got you got young people like the Christian Rock. What's going on in education? It's showing, because it's showing what the elders are lacking, because everybody's stupid now, because you gotta learn it on your own, and the educators, they don't got time to teach your kids how to read, which is fucked up. Cause man, what are y'all doing? Y'all ain't see y'all kick the young people out, right? Because y'all have nothing to offer. Y'all have nothing to offer, so you tell the young people, "Well, get away from us. We're old." Bruh, what older person says that? See, even when I'm at family reunions, the little girls that go on, they see us older girls that want to hang out with us, right? I'm in my 20s. Sometimes I have the teenagers, like, they be like 13, 14, want to hang, ask us questions about boys and stuff. I'm like, no, focus on school. Boys come later, right? And then, yeah, I believe it, man. Once the juices start flowing, man, you just in there. And then I was eating these lactation cookies, man. Them lactation cookies were good, and I was eating clean too. So I dropped the baby weight soon. Like, bruh, they're like, you had a baby. How did your stomach go back? I don't even have stretch marks. on my stomach. I don't have stretch marks on my stomach because that breastfeeding and stuff and eating clean, that's what kills the baby weight. But what was I saying? Something. I was saying something. I was saying, yeah. So y'all not I have stretch marks on like my breast and my butt and my legs. But I don't have stretch marks on my belly. I don't have it on my belly because I didn't get that big as a pregnant woman. I actually carried in my chest. So a lot of people, I really could have had my pregnancy if I wore like looser clothes. In fact, I was oh yeah. So a lot of these women, they be like, get away from me, I'm old and stuff. But that that's what I always thought. Like younger girls like hang out with the girls like hang out with the teenagers. The teenagers like hanging out with the 20-year-olds. You wanna know why? Because they want to ask questions, right? So the last time I went to the family reunion, no, yeah, the last time I went to one of my family reunions, I was pregnant. My little cousin, she's asking about, sex and boys and stuff, right? And I was like, girl, do not focus about these boys, okay? First of all, you don't need to worry about them boys, okay? Because you're way too pretty and way too cute. You know? You're way too cute. Okay, the boys are gonna be worried about you. But right now you need to worry about your grades, okay? Because you need to make good grades and you need to graduate so you can go to college, right? But if I was an ignorant older person and I ain't had nothing to offer, I'd be like, nah, why these little kids want to hang out with me? Why these little kids want to follow me and stuff? I hate little kids. But I don't hate little kids. I love little kids. I love little babies. I love little kids. Like, that's one thing about me. I always had love for the youth. I always love little kids. There's nothing like this really. It's very rare that a little kid get on my nerves. And the only time little kids get on my nerves is when they're on bullying stuff, like when they're bullying other kids. That's one thing I don't like when other kids do. When they be bullying the other kids, then that's when I don't like them like that. Like, you a bully. I'll beat you up. But if you're a bad little kid, I don't have a problem with bad little kids. I love little kids. Like, they be so cute. They be, they be having the big eyes and stuff. And they be having big heads. I like, look at this little kid, so cute. You know, that's just a woman's nature though. But these women, the ones that on YouTube, they don't like the youth. They don't like younger people. They tell younger people to get away from them. You know, which is weird because like usually women have like a maternal instinct. So you don't like if somebody was like, well, not a stranger and like obviously not no teenager. Like, I do that work. Like, if I work with kids, nah, and I'm an adult, I'm not talking to you for real. Okay, we talk about other stuff like, oh, how you doing in school, you know? But if it's a family member and, I like to keep up with my little cousins. I follow them on social media. Yeah, I follow them on social media. Make sure they doing right. They ain't doing nothing stupid, right? And I talk to them. I'll be like, hey cousin, how you doing? How your school grades? What's your mama doing? What's your daddy doing? Old people be hating on the young when they should be guiding them right. And then these women, they be hating on you, and then they guide you the wrong way. They guide you to take 10 steps backwards, okay? But that's why they don't like the youth. They don't like younger people because they can't feed the younger people anything because they don't have nothing to offer. They're still in the same level as somebody will be in their 20s and 30s. And that's why they talk about 20 and 30 shit. Like, you be like, bruh, why are they so focused? Like, you be like, why are people that are in their 50s and 60s so hyper focused on dating? Like, shouldn't y'all be married? But they don't be married. They be single. That's a red flag, bruh. That's a red flag. A lot of older women, I know they've been married a couple times. Like, you know, they might get a voice, and then you see them 2 to 3 years later, they married again. But like, how do you run into all these husbands, man? I, girl, what is going on? How do you run into all these husbands? You know, but they be married. Like my grandparents, they friend group, they be married. Hey, Rose. But a lot of these people that's in my grandparents age group, they just single and then they trying to figure out their dating, and they're dating the same men that 20-year-olds are not even interested in, like interested into the bad boys and stuff. Oh, he got a flavor, he gotta have this, he gotta have that, like superficial stuff, like shit that don't matter after a while. They try to give us a they try to give us advice like we're like them. Right, they give us dumb advice. Like you be thinking, that's not good solid advice. You be like, hell no. That shit's backwards. Should be backwards. They be talking about stuff, it be so backwards. Like, bro, what are you talking about? And that's why they be getting mad at people in their comment section. That's why they be ready to cuss you out and get personal, because they don't like feeling like they dumb. Like who wanna look like when the youth start looking at you like you're an idiot, that's when you fell at in life. Like when young people, they start peeping you out and they start realizing, and a lot of y'all need to start camouflaging that before it start leaking into your real life. Cause you think your family members that are younger than you ain't peeped out you the dumb auntie that they can't talk to. Like you the auntie that everybody be laughing at, but like, look at this crackhead. Look at the crackhead. She gonna come over here and do her crackhead shit. Then she be acting like a crackhead. Look at her. Crackhead wig, crackhead, everything. She a crackhead, man. And you just be like, hey, crackhead. Nah, you don't call her crackhead, but you be like, hey, such and such, how you doing? But, you know, the young people be laughing like, that bitch farted. You know, her wig all crooked and stuff. That's what y'all be giving me. Got liquor on the breath. You know, other women don't be drinking like that. The other women, they be in there cooking. They be in there making sure everybody good, you know. Even the men, older men, they be in there cooking. The men and women be in there cooking. Everybody have their dish that they perfected, you know. But the crackhead, they come in there late all the time. They want to use the restroom. You gotta wait an hour if they use the restroom. Why does it smell so bad in there? That's what y'all give me. Y'all the crackheads of the family. And somebody need to tell y'all. That's why y'all be going to y'all be going out of town. Y'all be going to y'all Thanksgiving, because y'all the crackheads of the family. Y'all the crackheads. Y'all the people that people tell, hey, don't let that person walk around my house by themselves. Okay, wherever they go, you go. Check them pockets. Okay, crackhead. You a crackhead. Okay. And that's why you be mad when people won't be challenging you, because you don't want people to realize you the crackhead. You're not the auntie that's cool. Like two different aunties, right? There's the aunties that are, no, there's like, okay, hold on, there's not two different aunties. There's like the aunties, it's independent on how you break it down, okay? So you got your young aunties, right? Those are the ones that you can play cards with. Those are the ones, yeah, they gonna steal your silverware. They still dumb shit. They'll go into your sock drawer. Yeah, yeah, cousin. Oh, you see them the next family reunion. Yeah, cause I hope you didn't mind. You know, the socks was nice. Why are you stealing? Why are you stealing socks? Cause you're a crackhead. And let me tell you, there's like different type of aunties, right? You got the aunties that are young, you know, the ones that you could play cards with, you know, y'all around the same damn age, so y'all might as well be cousins. Y'all don't even call her auntie, because y'all so damn close in age, right? Then there's your auntie that's older than you. She the cool auntie, you know, you love her. You be like, you give her a hug. That's your favorite auntie, right? Hey, third. Then there's the crackhead aunties. Man, those are aunties, bro, you cannot bring them anywhere, man. And that's the ones that we're experiencing on YouTube. That's why they tell everybody to get away from them. Because they don't want people to realize that they the crackheaded aunties, man. You sit over here and you be like, first you be thinking, man, this shit that this person do is so funny. But it's not funny because they dead ass serious. And it be a joke to us because who thinks like this? For real. And they be dead serious, man. Crack-headed aunties. And see, we can deal with the uncles that be drinking because they don't take it too personal. They just want to crack at you and stuff. They be like, yeah, da 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 this. You know, you can crack back and forth with the uncles that be drinking. Like, whatever, nigga, shut up. Shut up. Don't you need a ride here? Oh, don't be talking bad to your ride. Don't be, bruh, what trouble you causing today? Third, bruh, I'm just being honest. Cause old ass crackheaded auntie tried me last night. And I'm just gonna tell her the truth. Really, you don't want young people to sit around you because you don't want people to figure out that you're the auntie that don't offer no wisdom and that you be doing some weird stuff like farting in front of people. Like, do you not have coop? Like, you sitting out here, people giving you hugs and shit, you farting, man, you belching and stuff. Like, ew. Like, that's what a lot of these women be like. Okay, so in the other sector, you know, it was some girl, she's stalking Dusty, right? She went on live, she was belching and stuff like, bruh, crackheads, crackhead behaviors. And they don't want the young people to get around them and be like, no, that's not right. What you're talking about is dumb. Like, you need to, hold on, y'all. Anyways. All right. So I'm back, sorry. Yeah, I'll be hustling. But let me tell you, the crackheaded aunties, they be farting. They don't have nothing to offer. They be staying up the restroom. Yes and no, okay? Third, yes and no, okay? Now, you know, I'm trying to, I'm not going to say too much about what I'm trying to do. I have goals and stuff. And that's what I realized. Like, I'm like actually maturing and stuff. Like, actually, okay. So I got some new developments. I actually got my own place and stuff. I've been learning how to cook, you know? But that's all a part of life. Like, if you're not growing and you're not, doing better, then you just. But back to these crackheaded aunties. Third, you be distracting me. Bitches be out here farting, belching, and stuff, and they trying to disguise like they wise on YouTube, right? You be thinking all old ladies are not made the same, right? Like, I don't think a woman that's like 30, 40 would act like my aunties, my mom and stuff, right? You know, they might like have a little immaturity, but they still they still got their shit together, even though they know how to make money. You know, they're in the moves of being retired. You know, you starting to see them live a little bit more because, you know. But no, these women are the crackheaded aunties. I'm telling you, they're nowhere near that shit. They be out here. I don't even know. They be when you really like when you hear their backgrounds and stuff. You be like, bruh, you live. Cause see third, I be experimenting, okay? I be learning. See, TikTok has taught me some recipes, and actually, I was like, I had COVID, okay? So I had COVID like this is my third time having COVID. Why did I get a shot and I keep getting COVID? But so I learned I was making soups to get over it. I made me a lasagna soup, then I made me enchilada soup. I'm just in my soup bag right now, but what I used to specialize in was in hamburgers. I was good at making sandwiches and stuff. Not like sandwiches like the the way you make it, like when you don't want to cook or something. Like I'm talking about the chopped sandwiches, like the ones that are like at Subway and stuff, right? Then chicken, fish, all that, that good stuff, right? But a lot of these women, they don't cook, they don't do nothing. They be some crackheaded aunties driving their old beat up trucks, talking shit, drinking. And you notice the only time they want to get on panels and talk on roaring and stuff is when they drinking. Like, bro, you a coward. You gotta drink and you talking shit, you a coward. Cause that's not you talking, that's that liquor. You gotta see. And then I was watching Power, right? So I noticed, okay, so it was one scene. I'm gonna spoil it for y'all because you know what? Fuck it. So, so one of the dudes, he had to kill the other dude because the dude killed a kid trying to kill the white man, right? So the dude couldn't kill the dude so on his own sober, right? So what he do? He gonna sniff some powder, then choke the dude out. See, that's some coward stuff. See, if it's me, if I'm gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit soberly, right? If you could say, but if you say so, I got mine. I better, man. Sister George has been good, okay? Sister George is not the crackheaded aunties I'm talking about. Sister George is the aunties that you can play cards with. You ask her some advice. She can help you with some stuff. She can help you learn how to get your finances right. You'd be like, you know what, Sister George, you and Uncle Curlin, y'all have a nice house. How did y'all get to the steps to the nice house while you're dealing the cards and stuff, right? And she'll be like, oh yeah, we did this, this, and this and that, right? You go around the other people, right? And then you ask them the same stuff. They're like, oh girl, I'm still trying to get my credit. What? What? You still trying to get what? Yeah, I need to get all my ducks in a row. I have this scheme, and that's how you done ran into the. If you ask them some real questions and they can't get you, no, they can't get you the answers. They're crackheads, man. They are the crackheads, you know, and that's why they don't like they don't like people to ask them questions. They don't like young people, because young people, they want to ask the older people for advice. Oh, you're in this field. How long it took you to get into that field, right? And you know, the aunties that got it together, they gonna tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that, right? But the crackhead aunties, they can't tell you nothing. Oh, girl, I'm still trying to work on my certificate. I need my GET and stuff, and I'm still, I'm trying to bag this rich man, some scheme that doesn't last. You be like, bruh, you start putting the pieces together. You be like, so this that, okay, this, that, right? It's always getting to the bag, right? Oh, how did I need to? I'm still trying to scam. Oh, what's his name? Huh? Huh? Scamming is like scamming is for somebody that know they're not gonna be there for long terms. Like if you gotta figure out how to scam a nigga out his money, you already know you're not gonna be there for long terms. That's why they trying to find quick terms and quick ways to get the avenue, right? But and they be looking at like unrealistic stuff. They be like, such and such did this, that, and that, right? But a lot of things they don't tell you is that when you see women benefiting off of the benefits of their man, is that they were there at the long term when the man was kind of poor, and that's how these women don't be knowing how to get anywhere. They don't know how to get a house. They don't know how to get a car. Don't know how to do nothing. Don't even know how to grow their damn hair. Don't know how to grow their hair. Don't know how to do nothing. So what you ask them? What can you ask the crackheaded auntie other than do just to entertain? Hey auntie, Can you tell us a joke? Tell us a story. Yeah, she good at telling them stories. When I was young, your age, we used to party. She be embarrassed. That when you want the scoop of your grandmother and your great grandma's wild side, you ask the crazy auntie. Oh yeah, crazy auntie. What y'all used to do back in the day? Yeah, in the 70s, we used to do all this. And you be like, bruh, that's all she good for. It's telling stories and making people laugh. But that shit don't last. Like, even when I was like, when I used to work with kids, I noticed like the kid that was a class clown, I'd be like, I feel so bad for that kid, bro. You gotta work so hard being hidden, like, we're officially going. I don't be doing that, okay? I just be nice to people. And that's, they can figure out how to get money, but I just be nice to people. And I be nice to people that I see that people don't be normally nice to. Like, if I see somebody getting picked on by everybody, it just don't make me wanna, like, I don't pick on that person. Like a Jalen, you can't get me to pick on him. Like, I will never say nothing mean to him because he be getting picked on by everybody. That's just something. And then, yeah, back in the day, man. And they were never the man. They can't never tell you about nothing they did. They can only tell you about what their friends did, man. Or people that was popping. See, the crackhead aunties, there was the ugly aunties too. See, they weren't the lookers of the group, so they'll tell you about your grandma. Oh, your grandma was pulling all type of niggas. She had a nigga over her. She had a nigga over there. But like, damn. What about you though, auntie? What was you doing? We know what my grandma was doing. We know what. Well, I didn't know what my grandma was doing because let her tell it. She's a good Christian girl. She's never did anything. She never had a smoke. She never had a drink. She never did this. She never did that. But let crazy auntie tell you, if you gotta get out of jail real quick, I mean, probably so. Who knows? Sister George might be really plugged in with lawyers and stuff. That wouldn't be surprising to me. She seemed like the type. Hey, Joey. Jalen be getting picked on is because he be doing the most, knowing that he on social media with savages who have no empathy for his condition. Yeah, but that's how a lot of people with his condition get treated in real life. And I just don't be messing with that. Like, I don't be picking on people that have disabilities. That's not right. You know, like if I see somebody who on oxygen, I'm not gonna pick on them. Be like, look at that person on oxygen, or a person who missing an arm. You see that all the time in real life. You'll see people. You will see people when you're shopping and stuff. They be having the arm and stuff and missing arms, missing fingers and stuff. You be like, dang, person went through a lot. You know. That's just kind of how I see it, and a lot of people. But what's worse than being like Jalen? That stuff is explainable. But when you have a person that can that's able-bodied, able-mind, but they just a crackhead, that's way worse, bro. You're chemically inducing your head, and I don't really have no proof that they be doing crackhead stuff, but I just know crackhead behavior. Like, they just be acting like some crackheads. Like, think about it. Sit back in your mind, right? Think about, who do these people be reminding you of? Who they be reminding you of? Like, when they be telling their stories and stuff. But I bet you, if you ever ask these people, did they ever do some some booger sugar? They probably did, man. Their cocaine stories is gonna be fire, man. Cocaine stories is funny, man. Be like, you did what? You like, hold on, I didn't even know black people play with that stuff, man. Yeah, I play with all type of stuff, shrooms, all that, and then like, bruh. First of all, just how I know, you may know you're not right as an old lady, cause old people, they might have did that, and like right-headed people that be right, and they might have did it, but they not gonna promote that to the youth, cause they know that stuff don't get you far. It's gonna put you behind. You can't think. You can't do nothing, right? So they're gonna be like, oh, I never did that. I'm against that. Say no to drugs, right? But the crackhead auntie, the crackhead uncle, the drunk uncle, the drunk aunties, they gonna tell you all about they they experimenting with drugs. And that'd be a red flag for me, because they sit over there and experiment with all this stuff. They doing drugs. They out here scamming. They out here, they had a full life. Like, sometimes when I listen to like other sectors, like, the Peep sector, they be talking about that stuff too, and I be like, bruh, I think that's what this YouTube stuff is like with the older people. They are drunk aunties and uncles because they know damn well people don't be sitting around listening to them stories long enough because they be farting, belching, all this stuff, and nobody want to talk to them. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna have to go. What was I finna say? Yeah, I'm gonna leave this live um open because I think people need to be aware of the sector that they and they need to be aware of older people who don't want younger people sitting around them. It's a red flag because younger people automatically flock to older people when it's time to sit around and hear stories and hear about advice, right? Because the older people don't want to get caught up with what they're saying. They don't want people to put two and two that these are people that you shouldn't take advice from. You know, they the crackhead aunties, they the drunk uncles, you know, the family fuck ups, the ones that, you know, people shake their head at, like, damn. The ones that get the whispers, like, you see her, she got, look at her wig, you know. Yeah, I walked over there. Wait, let's make up an uncle, auntie name. Yeah, auntie, let's give her an ugly name. Auntie Gertrude, she walked past me and she farted, man. That's not right. Why Auntie Gertrude farted in front of me, right? Our Uncle Curtis, he just farted in front of me, man. That's not right. Like, he's sitting over there farting, asking for $10 and stuff. And that's when you just realize, like, I think that's why people don't stick around in their channel. They gotta get new mods and stuff because the old mods be figuring out, like, they be like, bro, this person is messed up. This is a messed up person. And that's why they can't. I'm gonna whisper it again, okay? So the drunk aunties and the drunk uncles, the ones that be doing drugs and that got the crooked wigs and they be looking fucked up around their family and they be asking for $10 and you gotta watch them around your personal items. They be on YouTube talking about relationships. Let me tell y'all some more. They be on YouTube talking about relationships and they be talking about bad bitches and niggas that sell drugs at 40 and 50 years old. That's a red flag, bro. Ain't no way a grown woman or a grown man should be dating people that do drugs or strippers. Like, y'all are grown people. You shouldn't be dating a drug dealer at 50 years old. You shouldn't be dating strippers at 60. You grow out of that once you get into your 20s and 30s. If you a late bloomer, you grow out of it at 30. But they're later bloomers. These are, bruh, they done fried their brains so hard. This is the short bus of adults, man. And they sit over here and complain about men and women, and then you ask them about who do they date? The drug dealer? That's who you've been comparing the wino to black men. You've been comparing strippers and prostitutes to black women. Ain't no way. And then you realize, right? You realize, right, that these people are dumb. They are dumb bitches and niggas. They don't know nothing. Yes, 40-year-old women talking about Pookies and Ray Rays. Niggas who don't got shit to their name. But be about talking about they for the bag. All right, y'all. That's a sign I gotta go because my beeper is going off. So I gotta check on somebody, okay? So I gotta check on somebody, and I gotta, you know, pee a adult. But it be fun playing in the playpen with y'all and in the sandbox with y'all. But I've been talking about this retarded hoe, the drunk auntie and the auntie that be doing the farting and shit and the belching and be digging in her booty around the family, and the aunties that that no drug dealer deep third. Okay, it's a lot. Okay, but let me tell you, I gotta go. But let me tell you something. I don't sell drugs. Okay, I thought about it when I was like 18, 19, but the risk is not worth the word because you that could be on your record. But I thought about everything about scamming and all that stuff, but that was when I was a little bit more childish. But now I'm starting to develop a full brain, and I just want to tell y'all, all the people that was in my chat, I love y'all. Y'all not the drunk uncles or the aunties, y'all the mature ones that I want to play cards with. I love you, Sister George. You are a phenomenal woman, and they be hating on you real hard because you got your shit together. And they can't stand real women because real women expose them. That's why they be mad at you, because you a real woman. And they look like some funky ass hoes. They be looking like homeless people. It's like putting a man next to a man that's been on the street. You gonna tell the difference. But it's hard to tell the difference on YouTube because you can't really see them. But see y'all later. Love y'all.